All right, on this kennel over here, we're going to go over a Ruffland. This is an extra large. This is a single ply roto-molded crate. I've had this crate for about 3 years. This has been a good crate. I've had Dutch Shepherds, Malinois. I've had all types of dogs in here. Pretty durable crate. I do not have the overhead bin that you can store stuff in. Before I forget, that is a problem with this crate because there's no holes drilled. There's pre-drilled holes on the top for you to secure it, but there's no pre-drilled holes in the panel that goes on top. So that creates an issue. It's a pain in the butt to set up and to get on there, but it is nice if you do choose to use that and you do get it fastened. So the door is nice because you can open it both ways. You can actually set up any of the kennels that I reviewed to open both ways. Not a problem at all. This one just has two, you can do both ways. So like the Very Kennel, this does not lock like the Very Kennel, okay? These do not lock even though they're very similar in fashion. They do not lock. You have to buy a separate mechanism to get this to make it capable to fly with, because you have to lock your kennel or your crate to have it on an airplane. Tie downs, you have these little bolts on the top here. I'm going to show you this quick. This is where you have to drill through to affix the storage container that goes on the top, and these are for your tie downs up here that you have to buy separately. So now let's say you have 2 of these and you want to put them together. There's a ton of accessories for this and it's pretty nice. So you have to buy an accessory here, and there's a little bracket that you put, so if you have 2 butted up together, you just put this bracket here and you can fasten them together so they're both a little bit more sturdy. Now on the flip side, one of the negative things to this kennel about that is it has this ridge flare on the side. I'm not a fan of that. I don't like it because it takes inches away. So if you have a car and it's a pretty tight fit, or an SUV or whatever, and it's a pretty tight fit, you're going to lose a few inches here. Kind of like a Very Kennel, but not as bad. So you're going to lose a few inches here. Now, another thing that I dislike about a Ruffland is I dislike the vents on down low, but they are trying to get the dogs as much air as possible. They have these 2 on the back, which I don't believe these are really air vents. These are just drains for when you clean it out, which I've used pretty extensively. If they put some more ridges on or vents on the back, it would help with airflow. All in all, not a bad kennel. Weight-wise, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Weight's pretty good. You can take the door off super easy. Just unpop one side and then the other, and the door comes off for easy cleaning. Door is pretty sturdy. I mean, this is pretty thick, small. Dog can't get their teeth, their mouth in there. Pretty good kennel overall. So you can see that this is an extra large and this is a large. So all in all, the width is pretty much the same. The length, it's a little bit longer, and I'm kind of comparing everything to a Very Kennel because they're the cheapest to the most expensive, so why not? So, like a Very Kennel, it's pretty light. I've seen quite a few of these in accidents, and they have held up very, very well. The only thing that I've seen break, is very rare, is if people have them strapped down here, it puts pressure on here, and that could cause this to break. This isn't meant for a tie down, but a lot of people do tie them down here. They're meant to be tied down off of anchors at the top. So just something to note. All in all, this is a really good kennel. It's a really strong kennel. It fits in a lot of vehicles. Now they even have SUV versions where this is tilted a bit to make for when the rear door closes, you have a little bit more space because that's where you get bound up. And that's why this won't fit in my current SUV, which is a Ford Explorer. I mean, it would fit if I didn't have, kids and stuff to haul around. So it could fit, but it just won't fit in my configuration. And I wish these flares were flat. And I wish you had the option to have no vents on the bottom, which I believe you can get now. So they're listening to the consumer and they're cleaning a lot of that up. All in all, this is a really good kennel. I haven't seen too many dogs damage them. Obviously it's happened because there is this lip here a little bit, and when the door completely closes, there's probably a 1/4 inch of space there that they could chew on. There is some ridges in the back a little bit. I'm not sure why they're in there, and in the sides. So you have these are maybe for a tie down. I'm not sure what these are for. If you're going to go around the top, that it's tied down in the middle, and this gives you some gap. But this does pop in, so it makes a little ridge for them to chew on if they so choose. Although my dogs haven't chewed on this kennel for some reason, and I'm not sure why they're chewing on the Gunner and the Dakota. It could just be the material softer and it just feels better on their mouth when they do decide to try to destroy it. But all in all, this is a really solid kennel. And this kennel cost me about 500 bucks. So, may have went up since I bought this. This kennel is about 3 years old. Maybe a little bit more expensive now. But all in all, a good kennel. And this is what I'm pretty much going to be sticking with. So, good kennel overall.